afternoon, everybody, and welcome to another video. In this video, we're going to be looking at the vampires, the Soulblight Gravelords for 4th edition, Age of Sigmar. Let's see how good these bloodsuckers are. So that's right, Soulblight Gravelords today for the faction Focus, and a faction that's pretty cool and is really popular, to be fair. They were pretty decent in 3rd edition. Obviously, they're the classic vampire counts from old Warhammer Fantasy battles, so zombies, skeletons, lots of vampires, things like that. Kind of cool, and yeah, really powerful right now in the old world. And let's see if their Age of Sigmar counterparts are going to stand up in the same light. So, some really cool models. This is a faction I would definitely love to do, and almost did in 3rd edition, but chose not to. In favour of Cities of Sigmar. Oh, how I am kicking myself now. Right, so their battle traits is they have the Hunger. So pick a friendly vampire unit that use the fight ability this turn to be the target and heal D3. If the unit kills another unit with a fight ability, it heals 2d3, which is really good. They have in the deployment, so you can pick a friendly Death Rattle unit or a Death Walker unit that has not been deployed. You can basically set them up in the grave, which then means in the movement phase, you can then pick a friendly unit that is in the grave and then set that unit wholly up within 6 inches of a terrain feature and more than 9 inches from all enemy units. Pretty cool. Obviously, there is no sort of any mention of anything for like grave sites and things, so it's going to kind of use heroes and terrain to sort of summon from. Once per turn, army, any hero phase, you can pick a friendly Soulblight Gravelords hero to use this ability, then pick up the free friendly Death Rattle, the skeletons, or the Death Walkers, the zombies, while within 12 inches of the hero to be the target. And for each target, if the target is damaged, heal D3 to the target, standard. If the target is not damaged, then return a number of slain models to it with a combined health characteristic of up to 3. So I think zombies are going to have like 1 health each. It just means that you're going to be able to bring up to 3 zombies back if there's no damage on that unit, which is pretty good. Then for 1 CP, once per turn army in your movement phase, pick a friendly non-unique Death Rattle unit or Death Walker unit that started the battle with 2 or more models that has been destroyed, and then basically you can set up a replacement unit with half the number of the models within 12 inches of a friendly Soulblight Gravelords hero, or wholly within 6 inches of a terrain feature. It must be set up more than 9 inches from an enemy unit, and the caveat is that they can't charge when they bring that unit back. So again, we get more replenishment in armies. That seems to be the theme for 4th edition. No summoning, though, that we've seen, and no, obviously, graveyards either. So the battle formation is Death March, so Tides of Bones and Blades, so add 1 to the rend characteristics of melee weapons used by friendly Death Rattle units that charge in the same turn for the attacks that target a unit with fewer models than the attacking unit. So if you've got 20 skeletons in a unit and you charge and they only have 10 models, then you're getting +1 to your rend, which is really quite good. So the Law of Undeath, the Vial of Transference, cast on a 7, so pick a friendly Soulblight Gravelord wizard to be the cast the spell, pick a friendly unit within 18 inches of them that has not been picked to be the target of this ability this turn, to be the target, and then make a casting roll of 2d6, roll a number of dice equal to the number of models in that target unit, and for each 6, inflict 1 mortal damage on the unit. If any enemy models were slain by the spell, heal D3 to the caster. This is an unlimited spell. So that means you're going to basically be able to pop this off, because most of your vampires, if not all of them, are going to be wizards. You're probably going to have a necromancer, which is also going to be a wizard. So that's a lot of magic, and that's an unlimited spell. So you're going to be able to pump this out onto pretty much multiple units, and then start healing on top of healing for your hunger as well, which is pretty powerful. So the first of our faction war scrolls is we got Radakar the Beast, absolute amazing miniature. He's basically a vampire / werewolf combo. He's got a 4-up save, he moves 8, he's got 12 health, which is pretty good, and a control of 5. He has a 6-up ward, and he's also a wizard 1. Shock horror. He has 6 attacks with his claws, which is 3s followed by 3s, -2 rend, 3 damage, and he also does critical damage, critical mortal damage on 6s to hit. That is insane, absolutely insane. He's an absolute beast in combat. And then he has his little Bloodborns, which are like the little mini vampire werewolves that comes around with him. And he has 6 attacks from them, 3s followed by 3s, 1 rend, 2 damage companion attacks. That's a lot of attacks. 12 attacks coming out of this model with 3 to 2 damage per hit. That is nuts. He has Call to the Hunt, which is a passive ability. If this unit charged this turn, for the rest of the turn, add 1 to the wound rolls for combat attacks made by friendly Death Rattle, Death Walker, and Vicarous Bloodborne units while they are wholly within 12 inches of this unit. That is really good. And then he has another once per turn army, end of any turn. If this unit is not in combat, it can move D6. It can move into combat. That's just nuts. That's, yeah, really, really cool. And in your hero phase, he has a spell. You make a casting roll on a 6+, subtract 1 from hit rolls and wound rolls for attacks that target this model for the rest of the turn. You're going to be pumping that out every single turn in your hero phase. -1 to hit and -1 to wound is really, really good, considering he's literally a close combat monster. So, yeah. Definitely like it. Amazing miniature and amazing rules. Lucavi, which is the really weird sort of half vampire, half dragon monster thing. She has a 4-up save. She is a 6-up ward. She's a wizard 1. She moves 10. She's also got 11 health and control of 5. She has a rapier, which is 5 attacks, 3s followed by 3s, 2 rend, 2 damage. And then she has her talons, which is 3 attacks, 3s followed by 2s, 3 rend, 3 damage. Again, no slouch in combat. She's going to be a bit of a monster. She has Nightmarish Messiah, so subtract 1 from the rend characteristics of melee weapons used by enemies units while they are in combat with this unit. That's really good. -1 rend is always nice. Once per turn army, any combat phase. If this unit charged this phase, pick an enemy unit in combat with it to be the target and then roll a dice. If the roll is equal to or less than the target's health, inflict an amount of mortal damage on the target equal to the roll. Not bad. And then in your hero phase, she has her spell, so pick a friendly Soulblight Gravelords monster wholly within 12 inches of this unit to be the target. Then make a casting roll of 2d6, needing a 6. Pick one of the target's companion weapons and add d3 to the attack's characteristics of that weapon for the rest of the turn. That is bonkers. Now, I just want to check. Oh, he does. Right. So basically, if you have Lucavi and Radagast running alongside of each other, you can cast this spell onto him and essentially give his companion attacks a d3 additional attacks. That's just nuts. That's just mental. Yeah, that's going to be nasty. So you're probably going to be able to do this to things like the Vargeist and zombie dragons and things like that as well. That would work really well on a vampire lord riding a zombie dragon. So they got the classic, the Blood Knight, probably one of the coolest looking cavalry units in the game. Got a 3-up save, they move 12, they've got 3 health, they've got control of 1, like it. They've got Templar weapons, 3 attacks, 3s followed by 3s, -1 rend, 1 damage. Why are my cavaliers not getting that for my Cities of Sigmar? I'm so jealous right now. Anti-infantry +1 rend, brilliant, and charge +1 damage. Oh, so good. And then their horses are just standard horse profile, so 3 attacks, 5s followed by 3s, no rend, 1 damage. But that profile for the vampire is really, really, really good. They also have a 6-up ward save as well. So they've got Riders of Ruin, so when this unit moves, it can pass through models in enemy infantry units and can pass through combat ranges of any infantry units, but it cannot end a move in combat unless specified in an ability used. So you can run through enemy models, basically, which is kind of good. And in any charge phase, pick an enemy unit that this unit passed across, this turn to be the target, and then on roll a d3 and on a 2+, inflict that amount of mortal damage. These are really, really, really good. As cavalry, heavy cavalry units go, these are really good. Hitting on 3s, wounding on 3s, plus with the rend against. This is what I expected Cavaliers for the Cities of Sigmar to look like. Unfortunately, that's not what we got. So Blood Knights are definitely are a dream cavalry unit for Cities players. This is really, really good and very strong. Very jealous right now of how good they are. And then we have the Vargeist, which is your big vampire bat thing. They've got a 6-up ward, 5-up save, move 12. They obviously fly. They've got a health of 4, and they've got control of 1. They've got murder fangs and talons. 3 attacks, hits on 3s, hits on 4s, wounds on 3s, -1 rend, 2 damage, and obviously crits 2s. And then they've got death from a descent, so if this unit is not in combat, remove it from the battlefield and set it up again on the battlefield more than 9 inches from all enemy units. Once per turn in your movement phase, they can get a little teleport, which is really good. Often, this unit's often mostly seen in Flesh Eater Courts armies because that's the kind of thing that they are. But yeah, you do get them in Soulblight armies. But if you want like fast cavalry type stuff, you're going to take Blood Knights. But not too bad. And then we go into the studio, and the spearhead is going to be lots of skeletons, a vampire on foot, 5 Blood Knights, and then 3 Vargeist, which is not a bad box, to be completely fair. And then we got the Death Rattle. And then on Monday, we're going to be looking at Seraphon, which is one that I am very interested in seeing, considering that I do have a Seraphon army. But that is Soulblight Gravelords. Really, really good. Some really, really scary combinations there just from what they've shown us. Loving Blood Knights. Really jealous. Really wish my Cavaliers was as good as that. And yeah, that's Soulblight Gravelords. Really, really wish that I had actually started them though. But that's going to be them, and we will be back on Monday for some Seraphon and see what the big lizards are going to do and how they're going to deal with the amount of magic that faction's got. But all in all, pretty impressed with the vampires. So that's the video, everybody. So if you like what I do, please like, subscribe, share, and do all that stuff. Check out my members in my Patreon area. Only 38 subscribers away from 3,000. Pretty sure we could do that by the end of the month. And I will see you all in the next one. Catch you later, peeps. Bye-bye.